Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Just a quick video midweek to talk a little bit about setting goals for the new year. I'm filming this on the 2nd of January and at the time of the new year I think everybody's thinking about one thing, their New Year's resolutions, and there's so much talk about New Year's resolutions on social media. Lots of talk around kind of going on a New Year's diet, changing your body, those kinds of things, and I want to talk about setting goals in a slightly different way, inspired by a TikTok that I watched by, I can't remember her name, but I'm going to leave it somewhere on the screen so you can go follow her. And I thought it was a good time as well to reflect on the goals that I actually set last year. So I've got my 2022 goals, which I just wrote here on my laptop. We're starting off with a strong one, which was to drink 2 litres of water every single day. And I think I was achieving that just until this last month since being at home, because that's kind of gone out the window with all of the Christmas alcohol. But I think I've achieved that one and I think it actually did make a huge difference. I think drinking water is really important, so perhaps pop that on your priority list for 2023 if you've not already got on that one. And then we have doing yoga 3 times every week. I love yoga. I think it's a really good way of improving balance and flexibility, for stronger joints, things like that. And it's so mindful. I think it's really healing for mental health and I love doing all of the different poses. I'm trying to perfect my crow. Did I do it 3 times a week? No, because I didn't like having that as a set thing. I had to do it 3 times a week because then it became something that I felt I had to do even if I didn't want to, and movement should always be something that you want to do. So I might rephrase the way that I set movement goals now coming into 2023. I still probably did it at least once a week though, every single week throughout 2022, just because I really enjoy it. And then I've got to journal every single day. Now I definitely didn't do that. I don't think I've picked up my journal now in a few months. It became quite a negative space. I felt like I was just dumping all of my disordered thoughts into this journal. It started to make me feel really bad to actually spend that much time with them or acknowledging them, and I'd rather just dismiss them and move on rather than journal them. But I think that's the way that I was using my journal. I think if I'd have gone into it thinking more positively and actually using journal prompts and reflecting on the positives, that would have been a better experience, but instead I was just using it as a disorder dump. Then we've got to spend 30 minutes every single day doing something I enjoy or a hobby. I added this one in halfway through the year. David told me I should spend more time doing the things that I enjoy doing, so I did make it more a priority because I felt like I was just working, doing chores, doing social media bits, which I love, but I also have other hobbies that I wanted to do as well, and I'm going to carry that forward I think as to one of my focuses for 2023 because I still feel like I'm lacking that. Then penultimate, we've got to do skincare daily. I think I mostly stuck to that. There's probably a few days that I missed. And then very finally for 2022 I had to sleep 7 hours every single night. And again, I think I probably almost got that, apart from like, you know, the odd night with parties or things like that. Other than that, I think I stuck to that one. Sleep's really important to me. So not too bad, but there's some things that I would take away from that in the way that I actually set these goals, and that's what I really wanted to talk about today. This TikTok that I watched, I think is fabulous. I love setting goals. Oh, she said goals can be too lofty, and I think that's a really good word, especially when it comes to New Year's resolutions. And I think this is a way of breaking it down a little bit, so let me talk you through it. So we have, rather than setting a couple of New Year's resolutions, there's a focus for each month, and then you set some goals around that. So I've taken her idea and I've just adapted it to fit me and how my year will pan out. So I start in January, and the focus for January is kind of health and fitness. I've been working really hard on my relationship with exercise, and I'll be doing a whole video about that, like a whole in-depth video about building or rebuilding your relationship with exercise. So I won't go into this too much, but I do want to continue doing yoga. There are a few other things here around finding other joyful movements. I really want to sign up for ice skating classes, for example. The focus of February I put as relationships. So I've got that I'm going to make an effort to stay in contact and see friends regularly. I'm actually replying when my friends message me because I tend to leave it a couple of days. And to really build a stronger relationship with David, I feel like that's been put to the sidelines a little bit, and I want to make that priority, especially with Valentine's Day. And then March I've got career, because it's in March that I think there's some training that I want want to apply for that's coming out. So I've made that my whole focus to apply for that training. Also to rebuild my LinkedIn profile and to kind of focus on the time around work so that I'm more productive when I'm at work. I do an incredibly stressful job and it's a lot of mental effort. There's no downtime, and I think I need to use those pockets of time between my meetings and things to do just small activities of self-care, like lighting a candle, just so I don't burn out. So I guess I'm thinking about how can I prevent burnout. April is the new financial year, so I've put finance. So I've got a priority to try and save some money, do some better budgeting, and also plan out the next couple of years because I've got some big things coming up. I've got travelling and I also want to buy a house, so I need to start planning for that. May, I'm actually going travelling at the end of April. So May, I've got spontaneity / creativity because that's when I'm going travelling. So that's a real opportunity to try new things, kind of say yes to more things. And I've also put as May to find a new creative hobby and to accept that I may not be immediately perfect at it because I really struggle with that. And then the focus for June is actually food. Now, obviously I'm in eating disorder recovery, so food is always a focus. This is more like, I suppose, rebuilding my relationship with intuitive eating, doing some reading around that, and again, thinking about drinking enough water, reducing caffeine, kind of things around food. So not saying I'm going to go on a crash diet, God no, but actually really focusing on that relationship with food and my body and what that means to me. July then is mental health. So really thinking that I've got my priorities as sleep, my skincare, so I want to have like a skincare Sunday or self-care Sunday. And also, if I've not yet already signed up for more therapy, then that's my focus in July. August, I've got gratitude. So again, this is an opportunity to use my gratitude journal that my friend got me because I don't use it enough, but I think it's really lovely, and that might overcome the barrier that I had with my other journaling because then you're focusing on gratitude and things that you're thankful for. And also there I've got building those social connections again. So it's been a while since I had that as a focus, and relationships are really important to me. So reaching out to perhaps people that I've kind of dropped off along the way. And then September, I think September's a really wonderful month for kind of cleansing because September to me almost feels like a new year. With having been in school and university until really recently, September was the new academic year, so it's a really cleansing time. So I want to really clean my flat, like deep clean, but also do a bit of a digital detox and delete old photos, kind of store things away properly, go through and delete things I don't need, unfollow unhelpful accounts, like a proper digital detox. October, I've put spirituality. I am pagan myself, so October or Halloween is the new pagan year. So I really want to pick up that. It's a hefty subject and there's a lot to study and I find it really joyful. So I'm going to really focus on that. Be a better pagan, I think is the energy for October. And almost there, for November I've got home. So coming into the festive season, I really want to make my flat with David feel more like a home. So creating like cozy spaces, and also just to create this really wonderful homey and festive space because I want a Christmas tree next year. We didn't have one this year, so things like that, making my home feel more like a home. And then December, the idea is to bring all of this together, take what's gone well, leave what didn't fit with you, and just be really mindful of the things that you've enjoyed doing throughout the year and kind of just bring it all together. And I bought this wonderful journal from Amazon that I'm going to use to plan all of this out and remind myself of what the focus was for each month, and then each month I'm going to set more specific SMART goals around that focus. But I thought this would be really helpful as a reminder that when you're thinking about your New Year's resolutions, when you're thinking about setting goals, I think we just see on social media, don't we, so much about going on a crash diet, doing loads of exercise, blah 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 blah, losing weight, blah 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 blah, and there's so much more to goals than just that. There's so many different focuses there. So take what works, leave what doesn't, and I hope that you'll have a wonderful start to 2023. Sorry for the random video, but I thought some people might find this interesting, and just a reminder again that I'm not setting goals related to losing weight. See you next time.